Jayson, first of all, how's the wrist? What happened there on that play?
It's all right. I just fell on it, landed on it.
Was it just like a singer, or like you didn't wrap it up? But can you explain what the sensation was, or did it just go away, or is it something that you think is going to bother you?
No, I just landed on it. Was throbbing for a second. Kind of went away.
On a night where maybe you didn't shoot very well, you had the other guys. You had Drew, you had Derek kind of step up. What does it say about this team that it doesn't have to be you, it doesn't have to be Jalen, that anybody can kind of step up when you need it and win a playoff game?
Yeah, I think that's what makes us so dangerous, that we just have a really well-balanced team, and guys step up, and it can be different guys on any night, and everybody else just kind of figure out their part to make sure we win.
Jayson, did you get an X-ray on that? What was the result of that?
Yeah, it's clean. It's good.
And the physicality, obviously that play, plays throughout this game. They're going to follow you guys. They're going to play really physical. What was it like adjusting to that, and how do you feel like you guys, responded to it through the course of this game?
Playoff basketball. It was a lot of fun out there. Felt good to be back in the playoffs, kind of playing a game like that in this environment. So it was fun.
Jayson, obviously you've played with Derek for a few years now, and it seems like every time he needs to, he's capable of stepping up into a spot like this, but at the same time he's fine, taking an off-ball role. How have you seen him sort of adapt to, knowing when to pick his spots, when it's his time to, step up and sort of navigate being on ball sometimes, being off ball sometimes, and then having a nut like this in this spot?
I think D. White just does a great job of reading the game. If the read calls for him to shoot the three or be aggressive, attack his man, he does that. High IQ basketball player. He makes the right play more often than not, and we just kind of trust him in those positions.
And then, it's been there all year, but what do you think of the pocket three celebration? You think it's here to stay? Are you a fan, or?
Yeah, that's his thing. Is we all partake in it, and it's a great shot for him and for our team.
Jayson, when Jalen's trying to just kind of work through and get back to normal, what's that mentality like when you're not playing 100% and you have to not think about it too much, but then think about it and kind of, what's that like when you're trying to go through a high-intensity game like this, but try to do your best when you're not at 100%?
It's tough. It's a challenge, but he's taking on that challenge, and he knows that we need him out there, and we understand that he's fighting through and trying to give it his all, and we appreciate that, and I think game after game is just get more comfortable out there, but he did his part tonight and contributed to us getting a win.
Jayson, Drew said that he and Derek White are like yin and yang. How do their games complement each other?
I think their ability to two great defenders. I think they do it in different ways. Drew's a little more physical. He can guard 1 through 5, but their instincts on ball, off ball, they feed off each other. Especially on the offensive end, they built a great chemistry. Just two selfless, high IQ guys that can just make plays on both ends, and they really make our team go.
Last question to Abby. Jayson, what did you see on the film, or what was the message at halftime? Because you guys came out on a different level defensively in the second half.
Rebound. I think they had more shot attempts than us in the first half. Way more offensive rebounds than we would have preferred. So rebound, and pick up the intensity on defense.
You've been through a lot of these. Just how important is it to set that kind of tone in game one of a series?
It's important.
Thanks, Jayson.